Hi there, my name is Dr. Rachel Bushing and I'm a clinical psychologist. I work for Pop Psychology, therapy to blow your mind, and a perinatal mental health service which is supporting mums and bubs and dads, in other words, called Three Little Birds, and I'm here in Brisbane. I'm just popping onto your screen with a message for new mums. Because I think it's really important to have a think as you're embarking upon this new period in your life about some of the changes that are coming your way. What I'm thinking about is that when we're preparing to bring a new life into the world, probably what's going to happen in our lives, we're probably thinking about lots of really glorious good things that are about to happen. And I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but there are some sobering statistics to let you know about, which means that there might be some challenges when it comes to your relationships and your emotional health as you're going through all of these really important changes. Sorry, but it's true. Expectation is the thief of joy, which is why I think it's really important that we set new parents up for the best start between them and their bub, to let them know a little bit about what's coming around the corner. Number one, research tells us that most new parents think that they are expecting that there's going to be increased joy and improvement in their lives as a couple once they welcome their little baby, when they go from 2 into becoming 3. But unfortunately, the reality is that there is increased stress, less happiness, and less connection that tends to happen between couples in those early months and years of welcoming a child into the family. The challenges of conception and pregnancy also place a lot of stress and pressure upon ourselves, which accounts for a lot of what goes on in relationships. 92% of couples experience increased conflict in the first year when they welcome their baby into their new lives, because there's a lot of stuff to sort out. Number 2, the first one was about relationships, the second is about feelings. Stress is whenever we're experiencing an increase in demands, all those things that we have to cope with, manage and do, and we feel overwhelmed by our capacities to meet those new demands. I can think of very little else that is going to cause stress in our lives than being pregnant, having a big bowling ball belly, pushing that big bowling ball out, and looking after this fragile new human in your lives in the first few months, years of having a baby. So we know that stress is likely to amplify any emotions that we're already experiencing. We go through a complex series of hormonal changes as well during this period, and those will amplify our emotions too. So we know that there's for most people, there's an increase in anxiety and depression symptoms, and some of those start to become clinical presentations where we're finding those feelings are coming up more often, taking over our lives, and really getting in the way of us feeling as though we're thriving in that early period, which is not what we want. We want happy, thriving families. So there is some good news. Number 1 is that if we adjust our expectations and just kind of settle into this role of there's likely to be some challenges ahead, I'm allowed to celebrate all the joy and expectation of this new little cherub that you're bringing into the world. You should be celebrated because this is a really awesome, important time in your life, but don't be surprised if we find ourselves feeling as though we're not coping. A dear friend of mine said to me in the first year, when we welcomed our first baby, they said, you are going to hate your husband and you are probably going to want to run away from your life. Remember, sleep deprivation, stress, and all of those challenges account for a lot of that. So please, new couples, go easy on yourselves and don't be surprised if that's what is happening to you. The last thing I want to let you know is that psychologists and counselors are not scary. We are people just like you, but we have a special set of skills which are designed to, well, number 1, accept you, not judge, be there, listen, and just kind of take account for anything that you're going through. That's the really good news. I think that when you look at kind of counselling outside looking in, it can look a little bit like hocus pocus. It can look a little bit mysterious. I know that, I think that any kind of complex, highly skilled profession is a little bit the same. I'll look at the architecture, the engineering of a bridge, and I'll think, that's hocus pocus. How does that all happen? And if there's a problem with that bridge, how do those people know how to fix those problems? But part of what we do as psychologists is that we help partner with you, knowing some of those technical tips and tricks that can give you advice and help fix whatever is kind of going on with you and between you and your partner and between you and your baby in those initial early years. So please, all you have to do is take the first step and reach out and let someone know if you're having any struggles in this perinatal period. Congratulations on your baby, and I wish you the very, very best. And that's it for now. Thanks.